Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
So mindfulness. Mindfulness is a meditation technique. It's not all meditation is mindfulness and not all mindfulness is meditation, but they're very much interrelated. Mindfulness is a technique that allows us to maintain a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, our feelings, our bodily sensations, the surrounding environment, and maintain that awareness of it in a non-judgmental or non-reactionary way. And that's the key part of it there is, we often think in meditation that we have to eliminate all of our thoughts. I can't meditate because I can't quiet my mind. The Buddhists call it the monkey mind. Well, the truth is, folks, our minds are not meant to be quiet. They're meant to think. That's what's allowed us to develop and evolve into this being that we are, this modern Homo sapien that, can survive different environments and different elements and different situations because our minds are constantly thinking. That's how they're designed. They bring up things from the past. They're thinking about things in the future. They're very seldom staying in the present moment. That's one of the drawbacks of our human brain is that we tend to spend more time in the past or the future than we ever do in the present moment. But through the practice of mindfulness, we begin to just simply acknowledge that we're having these thoughts and again, non-judgmentally acknowledging them and just allowing them to be. The thoughts are going to come and go. Skilled meditators, many of the people that I've read the works of these people that have been meditating for 30, 40, 50 years, really top-notch people in the meditation field say, yeah, my mind goes all the time. But what I'm looking for are those pauses between the thoughts. And if I can get a 5-second pause between the thoughts, then I've had a really good, successful meditation that day. So, as we begin to grow those pauses, begin to expand the pauses between the thoughts, that's how we can tell that we're doing a pretty good job with our meditation, is to allow that space to grow a little bit more. Because our minds are just going to continue to talk. Like it says, the Buddhists call it the monkey mind. You can just imagine chattering things sitting in a tree, just gibbering away all the time. And that's kind of what our minds are like. And so this idea of quieting our minds is, it's not even realistic to think that we can do that. But what we can do is that we can acknowledge the thoughts as they come in and allow them to float on by. Allow them to just move on out of our awareness. Kind of like clouds floating in the sky. Oh, that's an interesting shaped cloud. Watch it go by. And there comes another one and watch it go by. No reaction in my part. I'm not judging it as good or bad. I'm not getting myself trapped up in it. I'm just allowing it to be. And so as these thoughts come up in our heads, acknowledge it and let it go. It takes practice to do this. It does take a lot of practice to be able to get to that. One of the best ways that we can do it is to find something to refocus on. So the thing that I often tell people when I'm teaching the meditation classes, use your breath. You've always got it with you. It's always working. And so as a thought comes up and you recognize that you're aware of that thought and that your awareness is on the thought, then you can redirect your awareness to your breath. And you just keep doing that throughout the whole meditation process. The thought comes up, you acknowledge the thought, you don't get into any kind of debate with it or reaction to it or trying to stop it or anything else. Just let it float on by, acknowledging that you've had that awareness of it, and refocus back on your breath. And just keep doing that throughout your meditation time. It takes a lot of practice, but it was really one of the most beneficial things I found to get me out of worrying about things that are going to happen in the future or being angry or regretting things that have happened in the past. That's where my mind gets spinning when I'm either in the past or in the future, and my mind will just keep going and going and going. So try to find those ways to increase that moment of actually being fully present and aware of what's happening in your mind as you are moving throughout your meditation practice. And then redirect it back to your breath. If it comes up again, redirect it back to your breath. Sometimes you're doing this 20 times a minute, redirecting it back to your breath. It's a really good way to start to build the spaces in between the thoughts. And again, that's what we're looking for, is to increase the space between the thoughts in a way that brings us a greater sense of peace in our lives. So try this out throughout the week. If you want to, let me know how it's working in your life. Just put a little note in the comments here, or I also share this on Facebook, so you can check it out there and write a note on that. I'd like to hear how it's going for you during the week. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you back here next week on Keeping It Real. Bye-bye.
Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.